Good day, Terrarians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 26 of my Terraria 1.3 Expert Mode Blind Let's Play. We're gonna kill Plantera today, and we're gonna do it with a melee set, which I haven't done in a long time, at all, really. I did a little bit of yo-yo work early on, but I don't think I've killed a single boss using melee weapons. However, I noticed when he was sitting on top of me that he just doesn't do that much damage. So, what we're gonna do is we're going to get ourselves a couple of preparations made to make Plantera go really, really easy. Number one, off to the imbuing station to make our first flask. That's going to be 12 flask of ichor. Now, what this does is it allows your melee weapons to apply the ichor debuff, which decreases enemy defense by 20, and it has a 20-minute duration and persists through death. Now, with just my standard well-fed buff against a single target, I'm doing about 2,000 damage per second. With the ichor debuff, well, I mean, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot more against this guy because he technically has 0 defense, but it's going to significantly increase the amount of damage that I can do to something like Plantera, who does have defense. Specifically... Oh, where did it go? The music has paused because I am looking up Plantera. He has a defense of 14, apparently, which should drop his, this should drop that down, well, I believe an expert defense gets doubled, so it'll be 28. The ichor debuff will drop it down to 8, which will prevent 6 of the damage that I am flinging at him. As you can see, a single hit is around 100 damage, and crits can be up in the 200s. Yeah, it's not going to stop all that much, and that's before I get all of the other buffs layered together. So let's go work on some of those other buffs. For one, we can sell off some of the extra random goodies I get while I was farming for the ichor that I needed, because, stupidly, I assumed, oh, I'm never going to do melee. I don't need to stockpile ichor for the future. I won't need to make any sort of flask of ichor anytime in the future. Ugh. Alright, first things first. I do not know what even just deposited from right there. Oh well, gone forever. First things first, we've got a couple of accessories to combine. One, we can combine our Moon Charm and Neptune Shell into the Moon Shell. Now I'm going to have to reforge that Moon Shell into Warding, but that's okay. The Werewolf buff is totally worth it. The Moon Charm gives a 2% melee crit hit chance, 5% melee damage, 5% melee speed, 5% movement speed, which doesn't matter, little tiny bit of jump height and jump speed, again, doesn't matter, 0.5 HP regen per second, that's important, and 3 defense. 3 more defense, that's amazing. And the Werewolf buff will still be in effect while I am under the effect of the Moon Shell. Oh, look at that. It came out warding all on its own. That's brilliant. The Moon Stone, on the other hand, which I have already forged into warding, is even more amazing. 10% damage bonus, all types, including minions. 10% melee speed. 2% critical strike chance, all types. 2 hit points per second. 4 defense. 50% extra pickaxe speed, and a 50% bonus to minion knockback, which doesn't really happen. Like, that's a unique bonus. This only takes effect at night, so we're going to want to fight Plantera at night to get effect of the Werewolf and the Moonstone buffs. It's going to make our fetid Bognox, or I'm sure I'm murdering that pronunciation, do a ton of damage really, really fast. And that's the idea. Is I'm just going to stand there and I'm going to hold left click and I'm going to hope that Plantera dies before I do. If this setup doesn't work, then I'm going to build something a little bit more elaborate with some teleporters and a couple of slime statues, and see if I can't bounce myself between multiple invulnerability stations that will keep me alive and keep Plantera trying to run towards me while my minions kill him, and it'll be done in summoning form. Now, what did I need over here? Why am I even here? I don't remember. Oh, I think I wanted to get rid of the deathweed. Yeah, that's it. There we go. one more thing that we have access to. We've had this fleeting Titan Glove and this guarding Feral Claws for a while. The increased melee speed is useful. The increased melee knockback I don't much care about. However, I noticed that these two can be combined together. So, we shall do so. When we combine them, they turn into the Power Glove to get the melee knockback and increased melee speed in one. And you may notice that the Power Glove is also a material. Well, that can combine with our Avenger emblem to create the Mechanical Glove, which gives 12% increased damage and melee speed all in one. So I was going, wow, and it came out menacing. Fantastic. Now, this is also a material. I will be able to upgrade this further. I don't know where or how. Maybe the guide has come back over here and we can find out. But at the moment, I know that I'm going to want it equipped if I can manage just for the sheer killing force of it all. Looks like I can combine it with a magma stone. That'll decrease the melee damage and speed, but it will cause it to all of my melee attacks to inflict extra fire damage. I'm not sure if that's actually worth it. I like the Mechanical Glove. The Fire Gauntlet, maybe, maybe not. So now I run into the problem that I have more accessories than I know what to do with. Now, the Charm of Myths is a really cool accessory most of the time. However, if I've got things actually figured right, Plantera only has 42,000 hit points or something like that. So if I'm doing like 1,000 to 2,000 DPS, then this fight isn't going to last long enough for the Charm of Myths to actually take effect. So we're going to be replacing it with the Mechanical Gloves. You know what? I gotta see if these have a... Oh, they do. That's cool. All right, let's get down there. And let's beat a plant to death with our legendary Bognox. And see if this actually works out for us. If it does, I'm going to be highly amused. And I'm not sure if I'll use this against any other bosses, because I'm hoping that killing Plantera will open up access to a new set of, well, bigger, better, cooler magic armor. However, I'm not finding the magic options that are available to me right now to be all of that fantastic. By the way, I built the Witch Doctor a little hut down here because he sells nothing extra at the oh, the Tiki Totem. Equipable summons a Tiki Spirit while we're down here. And that's, I believe the Tiki Totem's just a, you know what? I can afford it. Yeah, it's a vanity pet. Let's see what the Tiki Spirit is. Okay, he's adorable. But I don't need, I'll have too many buffs anyway. It was 2 plat well spent though, in my opinion. You know what? I didn't actually grab any healing potions. That's why I was over at my potion area, because I'm really gonna want at least 1 stack of healing potions on hand. Because, well, while I might not need a lot of them, I expect to need at least 1 throughout the fight, and getting that extra 150 hit points could be the difference between life and death. So let's get down there, let's call up Plantera, and let's say, hey, your mom's ugly, and see if that convinces him to come out for a fight. Oh, did I leave the slime spawner running? I did. That's actually a good thing, because the jungle enemies are a lot more annoying than the slime enemies. So, yeah, I don't think that... So, every second, I should actually get hit by a slime instead of, Plantera. I'm hoping that standing on top of that slime statue, and even with my Bagnax going, I'll still end up taking less damage than I would otherwise. Now, Plantera's bulb is over there this time, but I've still got everything else set up as it was before. And just for good measure, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this other heart statue down. Because having 30 hit points every 10 seconds is significantly better than 20. Ooh, I needed the green one. Do I have those in my safe? I really hope I do. I do! Winning. And there we go. Let's just turn that off for a moment. Slaughter everything. All the things. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. Does not get old. Alright, so let's see. Do I have all of my buffs out? No, I've got them tucked away where they are safe from me accidentally eating them because I am impatient and tap the B button frequently. And It is 9:54 p.m. That's a great time to start a fight. We are going to go ahead and use a full load of potions. And we're even going... Well, actually, we're going to put back the magic potions in a moment here because magic power and mana regen are not very helpful to me. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. Okay, that's actually their appropriate spot. We're also going to go ahead and grab the Thorns potions because why not? You guys really need to stop. That's just kind of cool. Alright, so turning the slime on, getting my bewitching buff, pulling out my other minion, using all the buffs. Actually, we're going to kill the twins and pop up there that way. Yeah. Well, at least I get to test if it actually cancels things when I hit 20 buffs. You know what? I'm a little concerned about that. And I'm not willing to risk it, honestly. The Titan Flask? Ooh, Jungle Key. That's cool. I wonder if that goes to one of those special chests in the dungeon. We'll have to check. But apparently it's currently cursed by a powerful jungle creature. We'll find out. So I'm going to go with Titan Potions, not something I care about. Swiftness Potion for this fight, not something I care about. Regen, Rage, Life Force, Iron Skin, Inferno, Heart Reach, Endurance, all things I care about. And we're going to go ahead and cancel everything. And we're going to pick up that, this Peace Candle to get rid of that buff. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Blue Slime Banner to just reduce the number of buffs. I don't need Happy. I can't get rid of Leaf Crystal and and I don't need the Star in the bottle, actually. We're just going to limit the number of buffs on the field, just in case. I don't know that there's a limit on the number of buffs you can have, but it looks a lot like there are. And I know that like, used to be an issue, that there were only 10 buff slots and you would accidentally knock off very potent buffs. But I don't know if it's just a purely cosmetic... Oh, yeah! That's the other thing that I forgot. Hang on. We need to edit things slightly more. For one, they seem to be able to move through this timer, so I want to put a more solid block right there. Okay, so we need our heart statue there, our bewitching table there. These guys can't even damage me, it's brilliant. And having the extra, if nothing else, having the extra slimes dying may cause more hearts to drop for me. Because slimes can spawn with hearts in them, and also random creatures dying while you're damaged has a chance to drop more hearts. You here. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. Finicky, finicky. Make sure everything's perfect. And I wanted one... Do I not have any... Okay, there we go. I wanted one more mud block to stick right... Not there. To... Right there. Okay. That'll do. Let's just get rid of these guys. There we are. Okay. I think that we're actually fully prepared now. Let's give it a... Oh, no. I keep forgetting. Honey. Very, very important aspect of this entire strategy is having a couple of... But, well, let's grab 3 just to be certain. 3 buckets of honey in here so that I will permanently have that extra HP regen buff. Very, very important to me. Okay. So, I need to rebuff Bewitching, if nothing else, before we go on. So, rebuff, then full buff, then... Yep. Buff, buff. You know what? I don't need Arcane. I don't need Clairvoyance. Bewitching, yes. Potions, yes. Excellent. We've reduced the number of things significantly. Honey, get it going now. Equip the moon and the moon. There we go. And it is nighttime. I have my werewolf buff. We're good. And I don't have any twins. Bam. And poof. And, right. I never actually put the timer back in place. Ah, darn it. Well, time's up now. Wow. Look at him go down. Oh, this is ridiculous. There we go. The Great Southern Plant Kill. Screams are echoing from the dungeon. Oh man, that was overkill. Again, we found the overkill path to boss death. I feel almost a little guilty about that. That was wrong in so many ways. I wonder if I can do that with the other bosses out there as well. Like, I wonder if I could do that to the worm. The worm hits really hard, though, and has a lot more hit points. Anyway, in the treasure bag, we have a temple key. Opens the jungle temple door. Well, I guess I need to go find a jungle temple. We have the nasty leaf blower. Okay, why not? Yeah. Insanely fast, rapidly shoots razor-sharp leaves, weak knockback, and relatively inaccurate, but at that kind of attack damage and speed, who cares? Spore Sack. Summons spores over time that will kill enemies. Alright, let's see what that's all about. Oh, wow. They don't do nothing either. They don't move very fast, but who cares? That's a lot of extra damage. That is cool. I like it. And we got that temple key, and it doesn't look like there's anything else on the floor, so we should be alright. Wait, what? Why do I have the... What are you following? Why do I have a baby dinosaur following me? Oh, I must have accidentally used my amber. Like, manually, instead of having it in its equipment slot. Okay, so that was neat. I think that I might spend a little bit of time and... Oh, you know what? You know what we're going to do now? We are going to do what you do every time that you kill a boss in this game. And we're going to check with all of the different vendors. We're going to... I mean, this spore sack is amazing for just walking around. Like, that might be my new favorite walking around gear, is the spore sack. Like, oh yeah, I'm invincible. I didn't even equip all of the stuff. I could have killed him faster. Wow. I am pretty happy with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other stupid things it can do in the future. Rage, regen, swiftness, summoning thorns. Okay. Got everything back in its box. Yeah, like, that skeleton just showed up and just kind of died. Fine, go away. So yeah, oh, look, the jungle key is no longer used. Unlocks a jungle chest in the dungeon. Alright, no longer cursed, so I guess that was the thing we needed to kill. Fantastic. You know what? I think that I need... Okay, so we were just checking his shop to see if he sells anything new. Vial of venom, that's new. Nothing else, though. Okay. And, let's head home and see what else we can find. Oh, can I equip my boots, please? That'd be a little better. Thank you. Truffle? You haven't had anything I've cared about yet. What do you have now? Ooh. Auto Hammer. Converts chlorophyte bars into shroomite bars. Alright, well, let's see what a shroomite bar can do for us, right? Theta the Cyborg has arrived. What? Okay, and Theta died. What the heck, game? That's a little random. A little ridiculous, too. Alright, we're definitely gonna have to invade the jungle temple sometime real soon here. But I want that auto hammer, and before and before I do that, I wanted my discount card equipped because I forgot to do so for the Tiki, and that was dumb. So Tiki Man, what do you look like with Twilight Dye? You look amazeballs. Because you're always moving and spinning. Yes! I like it. I like it a lot. I like it an awful lot. Alright, Auto Hammer can be placed, converts chlorophyte bars into shroomite bars. I guess that's going to go down here near everything else. Clang, 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 clang. grab out some of our chlorophyte. And you know what? We're going to make more chlorophyte because we can. There we go. Now, let's see what you have to offer. You know what? Maybe I better go stick the chlorophyte into the guide and see what I need to make it into shroomite, huh? I assumed it would just be glowing mushrooms and such. There. Shroomite bars. 15 glowing mushrooms per bar. Spectre bars with ectoplasm. I wonder if that's going to be in the temple or the dungeon. It's going to be in one of the two. That's for certain. Omega, the cyborg. All right. Omega, what does your face look? Oh, of course. Like that. And where are you? Why are you there? That's a very strange place for you to be, Omega. Tinkerer, do you offer anything new? I don't expect it. No, you do not. Omega, what can you do for me? Oh, okay. Nanites. Proximity mines and Rocket 1. Alright, well, let's see what nanites can do for me. Those sound cool. Apparently there's a whole sci-fi element invading us now, beyond the Tinkerer and the Steampunk. This is like top-end sci-fi. Nanites can make nano bullets or the flask of nanites. Melee attacks confuse enemies. Nano bullets cause confusion. That sounds less useful than Ichor. Ichor is pretty amazing. It's going to be tough to beat that out. So, sorry nanites, you're neat and all, but no. What else did we have? Did we get any new materials from all of that? Doesn't look that way. Okay. I'm going to do some inventory management, and I'm going to see about making some of that shroomite stuff. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. We need to grab the shroomite. We need to see what shroomite can do for us. And we're going to restock all of our... and apparently all of our fallen stars while we're at it, because whoops. Let's go see what shroomite can do for us. Auto hammer, shroomite. I'm gonna go ahead and make 26 of it. I've got chlorophyte farms up that you wouldn't believe, so I'm not too worried about it. And none of the other chlorophyte stuff is particularly interesting to me. Shroomite, on the other hand, ooh, there's a whole... I can make a hoverboard! That's awesome. That's amazing. Let's see, meteorite, hellstone, we need specter, and luminite before we can make the drill containment unit, but we're getting close. Okay, shroomite digging claw, 200% pickaxe power, very fast speed, -1 range. That sounds like it can melt through things. You are shroomite gear that gives a big bonus to ranged attacks. Shroomite helmet is rocket damage, bullet damage, arrow damage. Or I can make the plating, which does look cool and all, but... Well, that's a shame. I guess I can make the digging claw for 18 and the hoverboard for another 18. So I'm going to want a total of 36 shroomite bars over time. Let's get that digging claw made first, just to see what happens. And then I'm going to go farm up some more chlorophyte and get the hoverboard made. Wait, was the hoverboard a mount? Or was it wings? I might make that first if it was a mount. Hoverboard is equipable, so who knows. I really gotta, like, build places that my NPCs can be safe. Alright, so shroomite digging claws. That is pretty quick. Okay, I can get along with that. Let's go see what they do as far as tearing through the earth. We'll start here. Because this is something that I don't mind tearing up a bit. Wow. That's without the mining potion. Hang on. We've got to see. We must intensify. Digging. Digging intensifies. This is through grass, by the way. These take 2 hits just... I'm digging faster than I can fall through water. This is amazing. I love everything about this. This is gonna make clearing out large spaces even more ridiculous. That's 3 hits per layer I was going down there. Hang on. What's something that I actually need to dig up? How about some chlorophyte? Yeah. Yeah, it's like that then. Like, here's the drill. Here's the claws. Redonkulous. Alright, I'm gonna farm up my chlorophyte. I'm gonna get the hoverboard made. And I'm gonna see if I can't find that jungle temple. Or, you know what? We've got the key. We've got the jungle key. So, besides the temple key, we've got the flat-out jungle key. So we're gonna go to the dungeon and we're gonna collect our bonus from the jungle chest. And I'll be back in a while, folks. Alrighty, folks. I'm setting up to take the mechanical worm the same way that we did the... Oh, not the mechanical worm, the destroyer. Well, the thing summoned by the mechanical worm, in the same way that we did Plantera, as soon as evening hits, which is right about now-ish. Come on. Oh, I don't have my charm equipped, that's why. The hoverboard is actually fantastic, not because, well, I mean, for one, it flies higher, it's completely silent, it looks sweet, and you can move really fast horizontally with it. 52 miles an hour is almost as good as the unicorn mount, and it can clear obstacles quite a bit better than the unicorn mount can. So that's fantastic. Now, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna set up here. We're gonna use the spore sack instead of the menacing mechanical gloves. And we are gonna go ahead and get the Charm of Myths equipped somewhere, maybe? No, I don't think it's gonna be enough, you know? So, buff up, Bewitching Table. Don't forget that one, it's an important buff. It gets us extra, twins, and the twins are awesome. There we go. And activate the timer. How about we actually wire the statues? There we go. And activate the worm. That's 20,000. 40, 60. Oh, now, oh yeah, he went through me. That hurt. Not enough, though. This is redonkulous. I love everything about this. And goodbye, Destroyer. Wasn't that fun? Ah, that was great. All right, if we're gonna properly play with this melee experience, and I think that I want to a couple of more times because these are silly. They're just ridiculously silly. I mean, that was what, 15 seconds for a boss that used to give me a lot of trouble not that long ago. Anyway, the point of the fight overall was so that I could make the Excalibur, a new sword. Now, this doesn't seem that exciting because it's not, but it's going to let us do some exciting things. Oh, I didn't have any Souls of Might left. Let's fix that. You see, the Excalibur is a key component to a hard mode top-end weapon. We're also going to need our Knight's Edge. You know what? I don't want to leave those on there. And put you here. I need to find where I have stashed my... I'm not sure where they are, but I have stashed somewhere a couple of broken hero sword hilts. And I really honestly can't remember where. So let me find those, and then we're going to craft a couple of things to really take this melee experience to the next level. Because we've been doing a lot of fun stuff with summoning and with magic so far. We haven't really gotten much into other things. Well, that's all about to change. Did I put them in the melee chest? That's a very good place for them. Here we go. Broken hero sword. You can see very powerful top-end material. These dropped from Mothron in the Solar Eclipse event. I was lucky enough to get 2 of them in the same event. Now, if I take these along with my Knight's Edge, I can get the true Knight's Edge. Now, this is a pretty good weapon. However, it does not auto-swing. And I like the sword, but as you can tell, it's quite a bit slower than the true Excalibur, which also does not auto-swing. but you can get a lot more hits in faster, but it's not quite as good of damage. By their powers combined, we have the Terra Blade. And honestly, I feel like this is a bit of a He-Man reference because the original He-Man thing was the two swords of power. There were two halves of the thing. Skeletor had one and he was the evilly knight person. He-Man had the other, and when they were combined, they could unlock the Castle Grayskull and allow someone access to effectively unlimited power. So these two combined to create the Terra Blade. Sword of the Hero. Obtain a Terra Blade forged from the finest blades of light and darkness. That's pretty sweet. This is the Terra Blade. It's a pretty fast attacker, and it fires off a nasty bolt that does more damage than the sword. So, against one target with the Bagnax, I can pull off 1600. Against all five with the Terra Blade, well, heck, can I do against one? Not really. It's just impossible. This thing does do flat out more damage, especially if it's not weak and have 0 bonus damage on it. So let's find our goblin, and let's spend all of the money reforging the Terra Blade to, I believe, Legendary. You can check terraria.gamepedia.com, do a search on the weapon of choice, and it will tell you the best modifier of each. So, let's see if we can get Legendary. This is 30 gold a swing. I am glad I spent a bunch of time farming money and have 50 platinum. I'm probably going to spend... I just flipped past Legendary because I wasn't expecting that color. Alright, so Savage. Savage. Unpleasant. Murderous. Superior. Come on. You're gonna make me pay for swinging past Legendary that first time, aren't you? Yep. It's expensive. It's very, very expensive. Heavy, heavy, godly, deadly. Shoddy, sharp, massive, terrible, deadly, shameful, lazy, unhappy. There we go. Legendary Terra Blade. That's better. Oh man, that was so much of my money. Like, I started today with 70-odd plat in the bank, and I'm down to 40. That was like half of my money on the various melee stuff I've been reforging. But, check that out. Yeah, that's gonna be even better than these. Like, these are cool and all. I like them. But, you know what? We're gonna take one of these downstairs so that we can get a better look at single target damage, as a lot of bosses don't have multiple hit spots. Oh. There we go. Now, these are higher base damage. That means against things with more defense, they're going to be better. While this shows higher DPS against a stationary target, that's not actually 100% accurate, because defense is going to take more out of the Bagnax than out of the Terra Blade. Okay, so one swing does get both damage instances on there too. Sweet! Alright, so that's going to be... Oh, no, wait, you know what? It's not quite all the time we have, and you know why? Because there's one other cool thing that we're going to be able to make. See, in my various farming, I have... Well, recently I've looted myself a whole bunch of chlorophyte because I've been working on that. And I have found multiple turtle shells, and as you can see, the turtle shells are used to make turtle armor with big melee bonuses. So if we really want to take this to the next level, that's 30, 42, 54 chlorophyte bars to get the 3 turtle items, which will give me big bonuses like 6% increased melee, 8% melee and crit, 4% melee crit, no movement speed bonuses. But you'll notice that also enemies are more likely to target you with these, which means that we're going to get... And just look at the defense on these. 21, 27, 17. Yes, the helmet is slightly less than the chlorophyte mask. That doesn't matter. You do a lot more damage. Plus, the set bonus, I am going to imagine, is going to be phenomenal. So I'm going to start crafting this stuff up. Next time, I'll have the full set, and we're going to run off and visit the dungeon. Unfortunately, for the time being, we are all out of time. So thank you folks very, very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If so, let me know about it in the comments below. Tell me what you liked. If not, tell me what you disliked so that I can do better next time. Either way, click subscribe so that you can see my videos in the future. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, a thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you next time.